Hey everybody, Cal here. So, today we're going to be doing some of the Storm Havencraft, but on ranked ladder instead of best of threes with friends. I've made one change, as you can see it's already on the screen here. Olivia has been removed because as cool as she is, we usually don't need her. Moon and Garuda will end the game for us. I'm still running the one less pinion prayer for Themis' Decree, but the reason why I'm running this card is because against Swordcraft, we can usually win if we're able to keep good board control and then beat them down late game. But I feel like this is a much better oh shit card than Olivia is. Olivia is good if you're already kind of winning and you have cards in your hand you want to evolve. But Themis' Decree, since it destroys all followers on the map, not only can help us if we've been falling behind or if there are followers on the board on the enemy's side that are too big to deal with, or that we don't want them to bounce or anything like that. It also gets rid of all those Swordcraft minions that don't have 1 health. The Angelic Barrage is fantastic for Forestcraft, definitely, but is really lackluster against Swordcraft, especially if you draw it mid or late game, whereas Forestcraft will always have 1/1s that are worth clearing. So I'm testing out running Themis' Decree. I have only had to use it in one matchup, and so far, ironically, that was against another Havencraft deck, because we were both slamming down amulets. Her amulets popped before mine. I Themis' Decreed her so that she wouldn't have anything on the board, and then mine popped the next turn, and she wasn't able to deal with my board. And that's another reason why I think this is okay to run. Since we do have so many countdown amulets in the deck, we can afford to wipe the board a turn before amulets pop. I think that's completely okay. So we're going to test it out. We're going to do some ladder. I have been doing a little bit today. I'm up to D1, which, of course, isn't super high, but it's higher than I was. So let's try this out. Probably just do a couple games. I have some plans with my girlfriend tonight, so I don't want to spend too long laddering, but we'll see how fast they are. I'm going to go ahead and come back when we have a match. Here we go. The match is beginning. The queue times are really good in this game. There's lots of players. But I still figure you guys don't want to sit here and just watch a loading screen and everything, so I try to cut that stuff out for you. Runencraft, we want to try to be aggressive. And this is a pretty good hand for that. We have 2 drops, we have a Divine Birdsong, and since obviously Runencraft wants to remove our minions with spells, having both mine use, or having 2 of our mine use in our opening hand is going to be really strong, because she's not going to be able to deal with these 2/2s until she plays a minion of her own. Now, I'm still learning how to identify what my opponent is playing other than their faction, such as if it is, well, okay, I don't think this is D-Shift, if they're running like Scrap Golems. And sadly, we don't have anything to do turn 1, but she does have a 0/2 with wards, so that's not too, it's not like we're going to be getting beat down by it. However, it does slow down our ability to beat her down, which is unfortunate. And we don't have, hopefully we draw a, oh, it can actually attack for 0. Another Hollow Dogma is not what I wanted to see, but it does mean that we can play Divine Birdsong on curve next turn and then pop it with Hollow Dogma immediately. I was hoping that we would draw a Arya Beastcaller, because popping that with Hollow Dogma would let us not only remove the 0/2 ward instantly, but then would also, of course, let us follow up with a way to interesting choice of card. I'm feeling like this might not be a net deck based on what she is playing right now. So we are looking okay. We'll go ahead and throw down Divine Birdsong. We're probably going to be fine. I feel like this match might already be over based on the quality of cards our opponent is playing. Next turn we can play Mine You and a Hollow Dogma, which is going to be pretty strong. She might feel forced to trade her 2/2 into... Oh, well that is a bit of a problem actually. We'll have to use Black Inscripture on that, unless it can't be targeted by spells. Let me see here. Can't attack. At the end of your opponent's turn, this follower is destroyed. Oh. So I'm not even sure if I'm worried about that. If anything, that's actually worse for her, because now it means that I don't need to waste a Hollow Dogma on this. And I don't really want to waste a Blackened Scripture on a 5/5 that's just going to die at the end of my turn. However, is it worth it just to get through to her face? It might be worth it. Just for tempo. You know what? I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna be crazy here. Let's just play the Prison Priestess. Sacred Plea, perfect. And this should die, right? Okay, good. Alright. I don't feel too bad about that. Yeah, she has an evolution, but I mean, we're at 17 health. And even if, even if this is D-shift, our board state is so strong. And the fact that we have 2 Hollow Dogmas in our hand, I'm feeling really safe. And we have a moon. Summon Earth Essence, okay. Oh, a 4/5. Since it's a statue, I never think about it being able to attack, but I guess it's obviously able to. Now that's one that we do want to use Blackened Scripture on, if we're able to get its health low enough. But we'd have to attack it with another minion in order to banish it, but I think that'll be worth it. Another Hollow Dogma. Not the best to be drawing right now. Well, we'll do this, for sure. Blackened Scripture. And then we'll just play another Mind You, I think. Play another Mind You, attack, and then we'll go ahead and evolve Mind You. That'll help us, that'll let us remove this 2/2 that's been kind of a pain in our ass the whole match. And it's now a 4/2 that Runecraft can't deal with spells, which for her is going to be very bad. Obviously. 3 Hollow Dogmas in our hand, though, is pretty sad unless we keep drawing our amulets. However, it does mean that late game when we have a lot of mana and we start drawing the amulets, we'll be able to burst them really quick into play. Oh, that I was not expecting. We'll kill that with Moonall Mirage, though. And our opponent will not be able to, hopefully, deal with this next turn. Because she's going to fully heal, which is very strong. Such a strong tempo card. The fact that we just removed a 4-attack minion that had ward, and our 5/7 is now fully healed, is so good for tempo. Summon a Guardian Golem. Oh. Well, we can still kill that with Moon. Oh, she can evolve it, though. She really needs to evolve it and kill Moon while she can. And she didn't? Oh, no, she still could. What am I talking about? She still could. There we go.
Won't be long now.
Now it's a 7/7. Unfortunate. Okay, so Moon does die. That is sad. What do we got here? Well, darn it. This really sucks. What's the countdown on this? 3? It looks like we're gonna have to trade. Oops.
These golden wings will end you.
Alright.
Can you see me?
Although between Garuda in our hand and Dance of Death and Priest of the Cudgel and all that stuff, we should be fine, even though we have 3 potentially dead cards right now in our hand.
Looking much better now.
Alright, and that should be game. Yep, that's game over.
These golden wings will end you. Golden staff.
Most impressive. Looks like you won.
And that's the closest thing we have to GG. I'm not trying to BM when I say that. It's just, there is no well-played emote. We got some gold, excellent.
You will be freed from suffering.
We're on a 7-match win streak. This should actually be, this should be a 14-match win streak. The only reason why it's not is because, or 15 I should say, is because I had an 8-game win streak, and then I lost one game because my opening hand was all 6s against Swordcraft, and that sucked. But those games happen, so the deck is basically just win streaking all the way up to whatever the hell rank it wants to. Alright, I'm going to look for a second match, and I will come back to you guys when it happens. Here we go, the second match is beginning. We're going to be in the Bloodcraft arena, fighting Forestcraft. Now, I'm going to assume, obviously, that this is the Path to Purgatory deck. I fought it a couple times already today, and it hasn't been too bad for us. Keeping Divine Birdsong in my opening hand, I'm not sure about. These are all good cards against Forestcraft, but I feel like I need to just try to get some of my 2-drops and 1-drops. Angelic Barrage, though, is an auto keep against Forestcraft every time. Perfect. Look at that. You always keep Angelic Barrage in your opening hand against Forestcraft. You just do. And then you play it as late as possible. Or if they have 5 1-health minions. So Pinion Prayer is going to be our opening. Blackened Scripture is also very good. Another thing that's cool about Banishing is I'm pretty sure it doesn't count towards their shadows, since it's like exile from Magic. So against a deck that's trying to count shadows, not a bad thing to be able to throw down. Mind you, excellent. Sacred Plea that turn wouldn't have been bad, but getting a 2/2 that's immune to spells is great. That means Sylvan Justice can't target her. And we're looking like we'll be able to curve out pretty strong this game. I believe against the Path to Purgatory deck, you also just want to go face, is what I've heard. Yeah, definitely. Against this opener, we'll just go face. Go ahead and play a Prism Priestess. Beast Call Arya, fantastic. If we draw a Hollow Dogma next turn, it's going to be extremely strong. There's the Sylvan Justice. Now is she going to trade her 1/1 into our Holy Falcon? Elfchild May. Elfchild May what? If she just goes face here, I'm potentially... nah. Okay. I'm not going to be using... Let's see. A Beast Call Arya I think will be better to play down this turn. Against a Beast Call Arya and Sacred Plea is probably stronger than playing the Divine Birdsong. This is we get 2 minions for 1, and she will have a hard time dealing with that. And I'm going to go ahead and not evolve, mind you, just because since we have 3 evolve points going second, if we can force her to evolve first, that's already going to be very strong for us, because we'll have 2 points to overcome her last one. And also, most of the 1/1s in Forestcraft become 3/3s, and if one of them runs into Mind You and becomes a 1-health minion, it'll just die with Angelic Barrage and all the other tokens. So that's my plan, is to try to get as much value out of this as possible. Worst case scenario, we can Blacken Scripture something and throw down a Divine Birdsong.
The forest is crying for help.
Okay, perfect.
You're done for.
Blacken Scripture, Elven Barrage, or Angelic Barrage might be our play this turn, if she just slams down all of those 1/1s.
Hey, let's play.
She didn't. Okay. Well, that was smart on her part, for sure. Yeah, Blacken Scripture, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and throw down the Divine Birdsong. Or Prism Priestess. We'll throw down Prism Priestess. Oh, gosh, I don't know. If we throw down Birdsong, they'll pop all at the same time. But I like the idea of having a minion on the board. Now we'll just Birdsong it. We have Al Mirage next turn, or Prism Priestess and Angelic Barrage. So either way, we're looking pretty set. And if we do Prism Priestess, Angelic Barrage, we can evolve the Priestess to damage something that already has a lot of health. And our opponent only has 4 shadows. So I'm assuming they either have a really weak opening hand or they're not playing Path to Purgatory. It might just be like Tempo Elves, I've heard that that's a thing, or they might just be Token Swarm. Okay, this is definitely looking like a barrage turn. Yeah, definitely. Cool. That's not too bad for us. And since all our amulets are popping the very next turn, we're looking at a very strong turn. Beast Call Arya. I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I'm not going to throw that down yet. Yeah, I am. Beast Call Arya, Angelic Barrage. There we go. Cool. So we're going to explode onto the board next turn. As well as draw a bazillion cards. And we can even play an Evolved Moon All Mirage to remove anything big. So she'll become a 5/7, she'll fully heal. We're only 1 health down on our opponent, and we've already killed one of the Rhinoceroches. So we will see. However, we want to start pushing face damage next turn, so that the Rhinoceroches are forced to attack our minions, unless she just has lethal when they slam down. So we will see what we can do. But we need to start putting pressure on, because our opponent's ability to combo out damage with those Rhinoceroches is pretty high, and we don't want to allow her to do that. Elf Girl Lisa? Oh, is her hand all spells then? No, it's not. She's just interesting. Alright, cool. That's what I was talking about with Moon All Mirage being able to clear the board for us. She's such a strong tempo play. So now we can play her.
The moon drives me crazy.
Go ahead and evolve.
You're done for.
We can kill this elf. I'm actually going to go ahead and trade into the fairy here. Just so that we can play a Pinion Purr down. And she's going to fully heal again. Perfect. So now we're basically threatening to end the game right now. And we have Priest of the Cudgel and 2 more evolution points, so we can 2 for 1 her next turn if we have to. But our board is full, so we will see. I'm actually kind of hoping that things die, because when our Arya pops, we need to not have these minions on the board. Or else we just lose them.
I'm here, everyone.
Is that game? Will of the Forest? Okay. She should have played that before she did what she just did, but sure. She might evolve and kill Tiger? No, she's just gonna let us win. Okay.
It's such an eyesore. Oh, come on.
And that's game over.
You're strong.
I feel like these matches have been pretty fast. I think we'll go ahead and do another one. I mean, we gotta lose one, right?
You will be freed from suffering.
We're on an 8-match win streak right now. There's gotta be a loss in here somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and queue one more game. And hopefully it's exciting. And I'll see you then. Actually, I'm not going to stop recording during this queue, because I want to say something real quick, and that is that I very much love the ranking system in this game. It seems to be based purely on your MMR. So I've had games where I fought somebody who was very good, and even though I lost and the game was close, I still gained a little bit of points towards my rank instead of losing them. So it definitely feels like the game just shows you your MMR, and that's what your score is. And I love that, because instead of it being like, oh, you lost, it doesn't matter how good you played, you lost, you lose a star, you know, like Hearthstone, or you lose a chevron, like Duelist, or anything like that. Oh, uh-oh. We timed out. We're too OP. Or maybe it was our opponent's connection? I don't know if it said it was mine or my opponent's, but regardless, the way the ranking system works in this game is just really good. I very much enjoy it. Because it doesn't punish you for playing a good game and then losing in the end, unless you're fighting somebody who's way lower than you, which doesn't seem to happen very often. So as long as you play well, it'll still reward you even if you lose, and it makes queuing on ranked not feel as bad, because even if I'm on a lose streak, I'm not really suffering super badly. Not that I've had a lose streak, to be honest. I don't think I've ever had one, but we'll see. This is pretty good. Angelic Barrage against Havencraft isn't going to be too good, but we might be able to get some tricky trading in with it. Sacred Plea. I do wonder what deck our opponent is playing. If they're playing Seraph or if they're playing Storm like I am. My Heavencraft versus Heavencraft matchup is pretty good. Okay, it looks like they're playing the same deck I am. Which makes me tempted to play Sacred Plea. But I'm going to play Heavenly Hound just for the sake of hopefully putting some pressure on our opponent. Okay, yeah, she's definitely playing Storm. And we have First Evolve, so that's going to be pretty good for us. Beast Call Aria. Nope, Sacred Play again. At least we're getting those out of our deck now, so that when we do decide to play them, and they pop, we will be getting, some good draws. The main issue we're going to have is when her first Aria pops, and we have to deal with that Tiger. We will see. Yeah, she's going to have a pretty strong turn coming up here, which is the strength of Storm. Is the fact that you can just burst onto the board so strong. However, it looks like our early pressure is putting the pressure on her, which is pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and throw down both of these. I don't like having them down, but we'll do what we got to. And I'm going to buff the dog into a 4/4, so that way, when the Divine Birdsong pops, the Holy Falcon can't just trade for it. As well as it lets us put some pressure on our opponent. Now she trades the Holy Falcon here into the, or wait, what is this thing called? Oh, the Regal Falcon. She trades her Regal Falcon into our Holy Falcon. We'll be able to just Black Inscripture it. Okay, that I was not expecting. I guess she could evolve her Tiger and trade in.
May you rest in
Oh.
peace.
She's not playing exactly the same deck as us. Sister Initiate is a card that I've been thinking about possibly putting in this deck, but I don't know what I would cut. One option is cutting the... I'm pretty sure I played her already. One option is cutting the Prism Priestess, but I really like thinning out my deck, and we have so many ways to pop our amulets already. Oh, interesting. That's what she's going to sacrifice. It would have been a much stronger play for her if she evolved the Tiger, but it looks like we might have already lost this match, potentially, just due to the strength that our opponent has been able to slam down against us, and our pretty poor opening. Dance, jeez. We can evolve a Minyu, I guess? I don't really like the idea of that being my turn, but not much I can do about it. Our only other option is Barrage, Black Inscripture, or Dance of Death on something. Maybe Dance of Death on something is the correct play. And she's down to 8 health anyways. So... Actually, her being down to 8 health means I probably should have just killed the ward creature. So that we could push with Moon on Mirage. But I did say that we need to get a loss, didn't I? And this fellow Storm player has curved beautifully. Very strong curve. So this is a hard game for us to come back from. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and that's going to be GG right there. So we're going to go ahead and give her the GG and concede the match. See what we draw. Erd. Yeah, that's not going to help us, is it? No. Okay. And there we go. Well, I like how I queued into another match, because I was like, you know what, we're probably going to lose eventually, and I don't know, it feels, I don't want people to think that I'm just showing victories, even though you can see my score and everything. So I like to queue and get some losses in there, plus it changes things up, but I just think it's funny that I'm playing a very slightly modified Storm Havencraft, and we're on a win streak, and then what do we lose to? Storm Havencraft. Oh gosh, excellent. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the deck. I am going to work on doing my quests and stuff to get gold and up more packs and stuff like that to bring more decks to you that we can play around with and have fun. But for now, this is the deck I'm playing, and it'll probably be the deck that I'm playing for a while. So I do apologize for that if you don't enjoy the deck. But I'll look into my collection maybe tomorrow after work or something and look at some decks online and see if we can fill them together. One question I do have for you guys is the Path to Purgatory deck. I thought it'd be fun to mess around with it, but it does seem like a deck that a lot of people claim to be running into constantly, or say is really stupid. Or the third party is people that actually play it, and they're like, what do you mean? This deck's great. So, would you guys like me if I end up having enough spirit and everything, or whatever's called in this game, dust, or potions, or you know what I mean? If I end up being able to make the deck, is it one you guys would be interested in seeing? Or would you rather I do... the other option would be doing something in Shadowcraft, because I very much enjoy Shadowcraft. As you guys might know, that came from my very first video of Shadowverse. But let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.